personnel changes and coaching changes and all of that stuff, but just team on team, man on man. What can you take out of what happened last year in Ames?
One thing's for sure is if you're not ready to play this game, especially after what happened last year, I don't think you're going to be ready to play any game. For me, it's a little bit of a personal agenda just because of the way things turned out last year, not just because we lost, but the way that things were handled post game and things like that. So for me, this game means a whole lot, and I know that everybody that's here last year means a lot as well.
I know they don't have the big time receiver and running back that they had last year. Quarterback's still there. They still got a lot of those same offensive linemen. Just how good were they last year? I guess because they caused you guys a whole lot of problems.
Iowa State's a great team year in and year out. So there's somebody who a lot of people are, Iowa State, but no, like really, Iowa State's one of the best teams in the Big 12. They're right there every year. They're contending for a playoff or a Big 12 championship spot every year, and they're always in the running for it. So just because they don't have certain receivers or certain whatever, it doesn't matter. They're always a very, very disciplined and well-coached team. And so they always do a lot of the right stuff. And Iowa State normally does not beat Iowa State. So there's somebody who we really need to focus on us this week and prepare ourselves for instead of just necessarily scheming up them. But if we play our best game and they play their best game, I think that we win. But obviously, and I said that last week versus Texas, if we play our best game and they play their best game, I think we win as well. It just comes to show that we did not play our best game last Saturday. And it shows. I mean, you turn the film on and you can see it.
Face Kelly Bryant, then you see Sam Ellinger, and now Brock Purdy. How different is he, or similar to the mobile guys you've seen already?
We talked about something that I'm getting ready to say preseason, and if you look, we have one of the hardest schedules in college football, if not the hardest schedule. I mean, every team that we play week in and week out is always tough, and we play in one of the hardest conferences, and it's just that's how I feel about it. And so personally, if you look, Sam Ellinger, every quarterback that we play, every running back that we play, they're going to be good players. So it's not necessarily that we have to scheme up for one person or freak out about one person. Like I said, I'll always give credit where it's due because these players are great players. But week in and week out, we see great players in every team. So it's just the level of competition in the Big 12 is that high, and I think that's something we have to prepare for every week.
What sticks in your craw about having the post game last year?
It's hard to explain unless you're on the field. It's a hard feeling to explain. I think that was a turning point in our season last year. It was a big turning point for us, and I think that if you were there, you would know that you have a lot to prove. And it's not the team because they're always very respectable. They're always courteous to us. Their facilities are always great. Their fans are always good, but it's just the concept of how everything went down last year. And it's not a personal hate for their team. It's just motivation for me individually. Like I can't stand how everything turned out last year. So that's where my motivation comes from.
Because they rushed, right?
Yeah.
And what was it like? I guess making your way back to the locker room and all that sort of chaos.
Fans running by me screaming. And guys bumping into you, pushing you. Some people decided to say some ugly things to you. Some people come up, shake your hand, say "great game." Things like that. Just depends on the people. And then as I'm trying to walk back, we're on at least on the 50, maybe even on the other side when the game ended, and I'm walking towards the facility building, their facility building in the locker room, and I just get grabbed by somebody from behind. It was one of our guys and trying to pull us to get in the locker room because we got 100+ guys on the field, coaching staff included, and they're all trying to get 40,000, 50, 60,000 rush the field. It's hard to get back there, so it was tough.
How have you guys responded internally as a defense with Giovanni leaving?
It's the same thing that we had talked about before the season. Everybody talks about lack of star power, lack of this, lack of that. Ultimately, we play with 11 hats at a time, and we play really with 33 hats. Because we got to have at least 3 deep, everywhere on defense. So Giovanni leaving, I wish the best for him, utmost respect for him and everything. But again, I have to step up and fill that role. It's not necessarily that it's like you can't treat it as if it's a big deal leaving. It's just some guy who decided to choose another path, and we have to step up and fill that role. If we harp on it and act like it's a big deal, then it becomes a big deal. If you push it down and you get someone to step up, then it works out well.